Welcome back, YouTube! I'm so excited. Every day is a good day when you're on the XR, man. I swear. It just doesn't get any better. The freedom, the creativity, the fellowship, man, it's just amazing. Everybody who's commented, everybody who's helped me in the build, thank you. Thank you so much. Couldn't have done it without all of y'all. The learning, the growth. I mean, it's just it takes everything to get to this point, you know. I mean, and now other people are asking me questions. Hey, how did you do this? Hey, how did you do that? And it's like, dude, that just amps me up. It's like, dude, I a couple months ago was at that point of asking somebody else, how you do that? How you do that? And now, you know, I'm out ripping my killer XR. That's just so fulfilling, man. It's so amazing. But with that comes turtle. Not a turtle. No, it doesn't come with a turtle. That's just a turtle. I would pick him up, but like nobody passes down here, and he's probably gonna end up on the road again anyway. So he's probably best. And honestly, I'm a little scared of turtles. They're just so crafty, man. They get 4 legs and the whole mouth and tail thing going on. I don't know. Not scared of alligators, scared of a turtle. Ugh. The snapping turtles, man, they're the worst. You ever looked one of them things up and seen the mug on that guy? It's pretty terrifying. But anyway, I do want to talk about something. Oh, this is a rutted out section. I do want to kind of talk about a serious topic. So I've been thinking a lot about this being a beginner bike and like how I kind of want to portray myself and how I want other people to see and enjoy the hobby, right? And something kind of tugged on me a little, made me a little sad the other day. I seen in the news a young guy got into a motorbike accident, unfortunately crashed. Hey, how's it going? Unfortunately crashed, and he passed away. I really hate to see it, man. And I believe a lot of, and this might, please don't hate me for this is just my opinion. And I really think if you're honest with yourself, you'll kind of see it as well. I really feel like a lot of the motorbike accidents are self-inflicted. Like this poor gentleman, not gonna say his name, not gonna get into like details, but let's just say he was going well above the speed limit. Okay, people cannot, and I've watched other more prominent YouTubers that kind of touch base on the same thing and kind of agree, like Xr150l. Okay, he released a video talking about kind of the same subject, that, you know, we all take our fate into our own hands. We all know what we're getting into when we get on that throttle. Like, let's try and think about our loved ones that we're leaving behind. Let's try and think about the buddies that we will impact, that love to ride and will immediately sell all their bikes because they can't enjoy themselves anymore because of our accident. It's one, and then it's one thing to, and I'm not good with words. I really apologize. But it's one thing for a veteran rider to know what he's doing, mash on the throttle. But if you watch him, he still knows when to draw a line and stop. Even Xr150l, I mean, I wouldn't do what he does, me personally, at least not anymore. But even him, he said in some of his videos, "Oh, I wouldn't do that. That's too risky." What does that tell you? A guy that's willing to max out leader bikes like it's nothing, and then he says something's too dangerous, he's not gonna do it. That means that guy's operating in his comfortable zone. Like, he's learned how to kind of predict where cars are gonna go. He knows his bike without even hearing it, without even knowing what gear he's in. He just knows his bike. And I guess the point that I'm trying to get is, I would really hate to see somebody watching these videos enjoying the XR, because it's a beginner bike. New people are going to get it, new people are going to enjoy it and pick it up, and it doesn't have a lot of power. Like, you're not really going anywhere fast. On the road, there's not a whole lot of skills that you can learn. Off-road, I think there's a lot. But knowing the bike, I'm trying to put this, so there's stuff you can learn on the streets at a slower speed, but the leader bikes, when you get on the gas and you leave a red light and all of a sudden you're accidentally doing like 70 miles an hour when you thought you were doing 50, I mean, you have to know how fast you're going. You have to know where your brakes are. You have to know when you're going to be able to stop and when you're not going to be able to stop. And that's something you can't learn on this bike. It's almost like it makes you too comfortable because it's so small. And I'm scared that a lot of people are gonna get this bike, ride it for 2 months, immediately want another bike, and then end up crashing it. I mean, like, I'll give you for instance, okay? So whenever I was younger, I had an R6, very fast bike, loved it. I mean, it was amazing. Had a buddy who had an R1. I mean, we'd rip around like no tomorrow. It was the best time ever. Then, and we did drive irresponsibly, but we knew the risk of what we were doing. But in a little into having that bike, there was a guy who knew my buddy with the R1. And he wanted to get into bikes. He's like, "Oh, dude, it's so cool, you know, y'all going, I see y'all around town all the time. I want to do that too." So he ends up getting a 250. Like the sport bike 250. I don't even fully understand what the point of that bike is, but Rabbit. He ends up getting a sport bike 250, and wants to come riding with us. We're like, no man, you need some more road time, you need to practice on your bike. Like, we kind of go a little bit too crazy, we don't want you to get hurt, stuff like that. Well, he ends up having his bike for about 3 months. We ended up saying, "Hey, yeah, you could kind of come with us. We're just riding around town, going grab something to eat." We're not really cutting up or anything like that. So he comes with us, and we were like, dude, but just warning you, like, when you ride with us, you're gonna want another bike, and we don't want you getting another bike. We want you to stay with the small bike. Stay with that bike for like a year. Well, he came ride with us. Next thing we know, 2 weeks later, he has a 750. I don't remember the brand. I think it was a Cowie. But he has a 750. I'm like, what are you doing on that bike? You're not ready for that bike. He was like, oh, yeah, I've been practicing in parking lots and on back roads. I'm ready. I can handle it, this and that. And just a little background on me. Before I got motorbikes, I had my dirt bike. And that dirt bike is a lot in a small package. So it teaches you a lot off-road. That's why I recommend a lot of people get an off-road bike before you get an on-road bike. Or get the XR that you can go off-road, have your fun, then go on-road, and then advance. But he ended up coming ride with us, and we were like, dude, stay in your means, know your skill level, don't do anything dangerous, stuff like that. Tried to coach him to where he wouldn't get hurt. We ended up taking a turn, and in the turn they had some gravels. I was in the front. I radioed in with my headset. Hey, there's gravels. Be careful. Easy on the brakes. When my buddy passes with the R1, he goes through it fine. I went through it fine. Guy in the back goes through it and taps his rear brake. Immediately lays the bike down and flies into a ditch. He was okay. Had a lot of road rash, but he was okay. And then that's another thing that we had tried to tell him. We tried to tell him to get good road gear, jackets and helmets and padding, everything. And he didn't do that as well. And he got hurt. He paid the price for it. He never even got on his bike again. He sold his bike, got rid of it. And like, I know a lot of people are gonna buy this bike, enjoy it for a month, 2 months, and then be at the level that that guy was. I don't. I really. I just. I know the people that are gonna do it are gonna take this for granted, but dude, it is very fun, but extremely dangerous. The mistakes that we make, it. If you're in the woods, you make a mistake, or on this gravel road, I make a mistake, total my bike, break my arm, break my leg. At 40 miles an hour, I will probably walk away. I got gear on. I'll be fine. The guys are gonna go from this and then go to like a 450, which I've talked about getting a 450, and I go back and forth because I kind of think it's too much bike for me. And it's like those guys are gonna be on bikes like that. They're gonna be on leader bikes and stuff, and think because you can drive this bike, you can drive any bike. This bike is nothing like those bikes. Just please be careful. Please, please, please. Be careful. Drive safe. Um just drive at your speed. If you're new, I recommend don't ride with other people. Especially people that have been in it for a while. Like I have horrible habits that I don't even notice. And then I'm like, "Oh my god, that's such a horrible habit." And then I'm like, "I should probably stop doing that." And it's like I would feel so bad if you would come ride with me, pick up one of my habits, but then not like, I don't know, like sometimes I'll change lanes. I won't use my mirror, but I'll look back. And it's like you should do all of the above. You should look in your mirror, make sure there's nobody there, then look back. Or I've seen some people just use their mirrors. Like you should do all of them. Don't halfway it. Don't get lazy. I mean, if you look and you think nobody's there and you turn and then fall in front of them, they're gonna run you over. It just I don't know. I don't want to see anything bad happen to anybody. Sorry for the long rant. Hopefully y'all learned something. Hopefully y'all take something away from this. Everybody have a good day. Like, sub. Thank y'all for watching.